Hi, welcome back to Leather and Fray, Crafting with Jen. Today I want to make an earring style that is one of my original designs. I have named it the Northwest Fray, and as you can see, I'm going to show you, it has two main body part pieces, and then each earring has 3 feathers that are hanging from the bottom. All right, what we're going to need today for supplies for our earrings are, first of all, I like to have a pattern. Now I have just hand drawn this pattern on cardstock and cut it out. So that's what I'm going to use today. And in addition to my pattern, I'm going to need 2 pairs of needle nose pliers. And I'm also going to need a hole punch. And I've set this hole punch on the smallest hole setting. A good pair of scissors. And a gel pen for drawing, tracing my pattern. Gel pen's really nice because off of most leather, it will wash off once you're done cutting your leather pieces. And in addition to these tools and supplies, I'm gonna also need several pairs of 6 jump rings and 2 pairs of earring hooks. Today, I wanna make this Northwest Fray style in a leather combination that I haven't made before. I'm really loving this tan. I mean, it's so pretty to me. I've been playing around with making wallets, which are gonna also be fun in this. This is a very durable leather, actually. But I see this color of leather and colors similar at the craft stores, but I buy my leather at actually my local leather store, which is Tandy Leather. As you can see, the pattern that I have is for the main body part of the earring. I actually don't have a pattern for the feathers at the bottom, but I'm going to show you how to cut things like this, like the feathers. Sometimes for me, I'm making styles with circles that I need to cut out a bunch of circles, or teardrop shapes, little teardrop shapes. I have a chandelier style that I cut out a lot of those little pieces. But I have a tip for cutting out things like this without using a pattern, without tracing, and I'll show you how to do that. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is trace out my patterns. Now you can see I've traced my pattern, and the next step is to just cut these out. I'm gonna get ready to cut out the center part to my earring, and I mentioned having a good pair of scissors. I'm actually gonna pull out another pair of scissors that I have, and they are these little black scissors, and they're gonna be better for cutting out the details on the inside of the earring. Okay, my pieces are now cut out, and I have a little bit of gel pen left around the edges. I'm gonna go ahead and wipe that off with a damp kitchen washcloth. now I've got the gel pen off, but sometimes I come back and we'll just play around with cutting my pattern out. Sometimes, especially when there are inner pieces that need to be cut out of a piece of leather, it's hard to get that cut exactly right the first time. So I will play around with them and just eyeball it until I feel like they look good. Okay, now that our main leather pieces are cut, I'm gonna set those aside and I'm gonna put my leather over here. And let's get ready to cut out, I'm gonna go ahead and put my pattern away, but let's get ready to cut out the feather pieces. Now, what I like to do is I'll just take my scissors and I will cut a strip. Cutting a strip of leather, like a certain size or whatever, just gives me a guideline for how big I'm gonna want my feathers to be. Now, again, I don't have a pattern for this, so it's really just gonna be me eyeballing it and deciding what I like. So here we go. Okay, now we've got our pieces cut out, our main earring pieces and their 3 feathers. What I'm gonna do next is pull out my hole punch and I'll show you how to punch the holes. If you watch my YouTube videos, you know that I like to use this burnishing agent. It's a natural gum-based product that I can put onto the back of my leather pieces to smooth down the nap, the fuzzy part of the leather on the back. When I add the burnishing agent, what it's gonna do is just even make my feather pieces, it's going to make all of my jewelry just be a little bit more durable, last longer, hold their shape better, and just all around, I really love this burnishing agent. This burnishing agent, I get it at my local leather store, and it's activated by heat and friction, so you'll see me rubbing my fingers around the edges just a little bit. Okay, now this just needs a little bit of time to dry. I've laid my pieces down flat and they're just going to dry out for a little bit and then we'll be able to put them together. I really love that I'm getting to share some of my jewelry design ideas with you. It feels a bit surreal just thinking about my past. When I was younger, I was definitely really interested in fashion and jewelry, but I didn't have any confidence. So my journey is really precious to me, and just growing up and then beginning to learn that I have value and I have worth. And also, a big part of my process was discovering that I was even an artist. I had no idea. So I just hope that my YouTube videos can inspire and encourage you in your journey, and whatever you find yourself being passionate about and drawn to, pay attention to that, because that is probably something really special and unique about you. So our earring leather pieces have had time to dry, so let's start putting them together. So what we're going to need to put these earrings together are, I'm going to pull out my 2 needle nose pliers, and first I'm going to start with the jump rings. So I'm going to need 6, and I'm going to go with a slightly larger size because I want my little feather pieces at the bottom to have a lot of movement. And I'm going to go with a jump ring that's probably about an 8mm. Okay, I've got my feather pieces on and they're moving really nicely, so I'm going to go ahead and put the earring hooks at the top. Okay, we have another pair of our Northwest Fray. I can't wait to wear these. Oh my goodness, these are gonna be so cute and fun. Thank you for joining me today in making these Northwest Fray earrings. If you've enjoyed this video today, please subscribe. I would like to continue to share more of my earring designs and tips on how to make your own leather jewelry at home. Until next time, from Portland, Oregon, I hope you have a fabulous day and enjoy your earrings.